Women's History Month now presents Scientists. In the early 1900s, approximately 6,000 children died from whooping cough each year. Although scientists had developed vaccines to control many infectious diseases, including smallpox, typhoid fever, diphtheria, and tetanus by the 1920s, no one could figure out how to cure whooping cough. That is until Pearl Kendrick and Grace Elderling worked with doctors, parents, patients, and schools in Grand Rapids and created the first vaccine for whooping cough. They also relied upon the work of Lonnie Clinton Gordon, who identified the organism that led to a more effective vaccine. In 1943, the American Academy of Pediatrics approved the vaccine for routine use. A year later, the American Medical Association recommended everybody get vaccinated, leading to the near disappearance of whooping cough. While many African Americans were asked to sit in the back of the bus or movie theater to the civil rights movement, one woman just couldn't wait. Annie Jean Easley was born in Alabama and went to Xavier University in New Orleans. She would later work for the National Aeronautics Space Association, NASA, in the Launch Vehicles Division, performing mathematical computations and engineering. During her 34-year career, Annie Jean Easley would work in Computer Sciences Division and the Energy Directorate. NASA so relied upon her mathematical skills that even when they got computers, they brought her to Florida to check the computer's computations. Do you have a cell phone, a smartphone? Do you enjoy wireless internet? Well, you can thank silver screen starlet Hedy Lamarr. Lamarr grew up in Vienna and married a Nazi sympathizer who supplied munitions to Hitler. She soon grew to hate her husband and the Nazis. Who wouldn't? They're Nazis. And would later escape to England and then the United States to help with the war effort against the Nazis. How? She developed an idea for a sophisticated anti-jamming device for use in radio-controlled torpedoes. This technology wasn't used until years later, but it became an important step in the development of technology to maintain the security of both military communications and for the use of cellular phones. All this while maintaining a successful Hollywood acting career. Grace Hopper pioneered the creation of computer software. Her career starts before World War II, when she studied math and actually became a professor of mathematics at Vassar College, after getting her PhD in mathematics from Yale. When World War II broke out, she joined the Navy. Working with other women, Hopper had a breakthrough. She found a way to program computers using words rather than numbers, most notably a program language called COBOL. She also introduced the term debugging when a moth got caught in a switch and shut down the computer. Hopper retired from the Navy Reserve as a Rear Admiral. On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong was the first to take that giant step on the moon. But all of this would not have been possible if not for Margaret Hamilton. Hamilton was the leader of the team that developed the flight software for the agency's Apollo missions. NASA Administrator Sean O'Keefe explained that Apollo flight software that Miss Hamilton and her team developed was truly a pioneering effort. The concepts she and her team created became the building blocks for modern software engineering. Hamilton later became the CEO of a company she co-founded called Higher Order Software, before she became the founder of the CEO of Hamilton Technologies, Inc. in Cambridge, Massachusetts. Not bad for a woman who taught herself how to program. You might have heard about the double helix DNA. Who discovered it? Certainly not these guys. It was actually discovered by Rosalind Franklin. Yes, Watson and Crick would win the Nobel Prize, but it was Rosalind Franklin who created a technique to closely observe the molecules using X-ray diffraction, and she was the first one to capture a photographic image of DNA. So why didn't she get the credit? One of her colleagues at King's College took her photograph, without her permission, and showed it to Watson and Crick. But Franklin wasn't deterred. She moved on to study RNA, because you just can't keep a good scientist down. Marie Curie was a Polish-born French physicist famous for her work on radioactivity and twice a winner of the Nobel Prize. Uranium rays were not new, but Curie conducted her own experiments on uranium and discovered that the rays remained constant, no matter the condition or form of the uranium. The rays came from the element's atomic structure, she theorized. This revolutionary idea created the field of atomic physics, and Curie herself coined the term radioactivity. With her husband, they discovered a new radioactive element, polonium, and detected radium. After her husband's death, Curie took a job teaching at the Sorbonne as a professor. It was there that Curie received her second Nobel Prize, this time in chemistry. Her work not only changed how we view energy and matter, but her research was crucial in the development of X-rays and surgery. During World War I, Curie helped to equip ambulances with X-ray equipment, which she herself drove to the front lines. The International Red Cross made her head of its radiological services, and she held training courses for medical orderlies and doctors in the new techniques.